Good afternoon, this is TTT Live and TTT Live online on Facebook. I'm Dike Rostant with a COVID-19 review. The North Central Satellite Testing Site is up and fully functional. Confirmation today from Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram as he gave the daily clinical update on COVID-19 here in Trinidad and Tobago.
As of Sunday, the testing capacity was there at that site. Sunday the 26th, I believe. So we were ready and willing to test. We got a panel from CAFA on the 26th, which we ran as a quality assurance panel. The results were good, but we held a little bit because I don't think the results were 100%. We would have repeated the panel between Tuesday and Wednesday, and we got the word from CAFA that everything is all well. The results are very good, and we have started to receive samples at that site as well.
This means that testing capacity in Trinidad and Tobago has now increased. The number of confirmed COVID-positive cases remains at 116. The last positive case was reported on Sunday night. And one more person was discharged last evening, bringing the total number of discharges to 73. 6 patients remain at the Couva Hospital. However, there is no one in the ICU or the high dependency unit. There are 29 people at the step-down facilities and a further 33 at the quarantine facility at Tacarigua.
We expect in a short while 70 persons to come in from Suriname. They will be taken to the Penal Debe campus of the University of the West Indies. So they will be coming in very shortly. I visited myself yesterday to assure everything was in place. So the county medical officer is the commander on the Ministry of Health side, and she's already on site, assured me that everything is in place to receive these nationals when they do come in.
Time now for a conversation with Leanne David. Leanne is the driving force behind Sugar Lilis. It's an outfit currently hosting online baking classes for children, and they are being offered free for the duration of the stay-at-home measures. Hi, Leanne. Thank you for actually being with us. Now, give me the reason for hosting the classes.
Hi, DK. Hi. Well, it was twofold. One was because the children were a bit confused. They seem to be a bit confused with all that was happening around them. If the adults are uncertain and the adults have anxiety, the children will obviously feel it. So I wanted to take that away from them and bring some normalcy to what was happening. And two, because of the effects economically, parents that are not accustomed to cooking may not always know what to make it safe, to make it healthy, to make it fun. So I decided, okay, I will do some online babysitting and teach the children during this period.
I think you just said the word babysitting and some people's heart leapt for joy. But the decision to facilitate mentally and physically challenge the children as well, how did that factor in and how is that happening?
All children have a superpower. All children have this very beautiful version of the world, especially children with special needs. And I never want to leave them out. I always want to make sure that they feel included. So how that works is every recipe that we use that is given to them, I create the recipes and then I go and I test them. And I test them for safety, so we don't use any appliances. Everything that we use requires little hands and little fingers. We don't use any appliances whatsoever. We only use an oven, which parents will manage. And I make sure that it is in such a simple way, and I break it down. So once I can see you, I can guide you. So I guide each child. So even if we have 50 children in a class at once, I am able to say, okay, specifically, DK, let me see your bowl, and I will tell you exactly what is happening with what you have in your bowl, and I will address that. So every child feels like it's a one-on-one class.
Now, I'm looking at the images, and while we look at the images, let me also take the opportunity to say that permission has been given to use the images showing the children's faces, and it seems as though they're getting a workout as well, the way they're mixing. But with regard to looking at the children, I can see math going on there, I can see experiential learning, fine motor skills, and all of these are going on with regard to taking measurements and cooking. But
I'm happy that you mentioned that because I always tell my children, my students, and they are my children. Every child that is in my class is my child. I always tell my children, baking is a science. It has to be respected. You don't just throw things in there and hope for the best. If you want a specific result, you have to measure and you have to know exactly what you're using and why the ingredients marry the way they do. So we learn as we go along.
With regard to going along, how do the classes take place? Is it every other, how consistent are they?
Okay, so we have classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The classes are either 11 a.m. or 4 p.m. Because the children have regular school classes happening online now. I try to shift it and make sure that there's time to do that first. So for those that don't have that facility, then we come back and have that facility, we come back in the afternoon and we bake and we make dinner and we have a good time. Today we're making 2 items. Today we're making dinner and we're making dessert. And it never costs parents anything more than about $20 at most.
I think I need some of those recipes because... But how many...
Any of my bakers can facilitate you, I'm sure. We have bakers from 3 years old all the way up to 16.
And how many, you spoke about whether or not you have 50 children at one point in time. What has the response been thus far?
Every single day we get new children. Every single day we have parents calling, messaging, sending emails for their child to join. And my most difficult thing is to say no to a child. So if we don't have a class for it, like I've had to fit in classes, extra classes to accommodate extra children. We have children as far as all over the U.S. We have children in London. We have children in... So it's a nice way to meet a new friend because the children can see each other while being safe at home.
With that in mind, how do people contact you?
They can call 708-9133. They can follow us on social media, which is the perfect place to do it because you're going to get updates and see everything that's happening. We are Sugar Lilis on Instagram and Sugar Lilis VE on Facebook.
And that Lilis is spelled a little differently?
Yes, that Lilis is Lilis, no E.
Right now, also with regard to the fact, I looked at a flyer, I believe, and there's a break in teaching for a little while.
Yes. So the first cycle ends today. It's sort of bittersweet for us. First cycle ends today. The second cycle starts in the next 2 weeks. So once people follow us on social media, you will get the updates, you will get the information, and once parents send and say that they're interested, we will have the children registered and we will send you the ingredients list. That's it.
All right. So
very, very simple.
All right, so we want to thank you so much, Leanne David. I think I might have some more people to put in your class, But Leanne David of Sugar Lilis, and all more power to you. Thank you very much. Moving on to other items of news, the United Nations Secretary General has expressed his disappointment with international leaders' response to the coronavirus challenge gripping the world. He called for a global ceasefire and said nations needed to unite to fight the pandemic together.
It is obvious that there is a lack of leadership. It is obvious the international community is divided in a moment where it would be more important than ever to be united. There is indeed a problem of leadership, or if you want, a disconnect between leadership and power. We see remarkable examples of leadership, but they are usually not associated with power. And where we see power, we sometimes do not see the necessary leadership. I hope this will be overcome sooner rather than later.
And that is what's trending on COVID-19. Remember, you can join us for live coverage on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, Next 99.1 FM, as well as on Facebook at TTT Live Online for all your COVID-19 updates. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of the TTT crew, I'm Dike Rostant. Bye for now.